Hey guys, I'm back. We're gonna get this thing worked out. We're gonna get all the kinks out. We're gonna be great, I promise. Cause one of these phones. Here we go. There we go. She's back. She's back. Let's see. There we go. Can you hear me now?
Yes, I can. Can you hear me?
Oh, I can't. I don't know. See that's that. Hey, we're great regardless. Well, let's get it started again. So, welcome. What's up? What's up, my steady steppers? Hey, we're back again with another late night podcast, and we got some great lines. So we're doing it differently. We're not doing it in person. We're doing it on Facebook Live. So please bear with us with the technical difficulties we may go through, because I'm gonna get it for y'all regardless. It's not on the video. We got it recorded on the audio. So I definitely want to let this video was brought to you and sponsored by Rodrigo Contract LLC. No job too big or small. Just call RGC. We can be reached at 470-838-0966. Again, our number is 470-838-0966. And before we get this podcast under wraps, let me go ahead and let Miss Greatness introduce herself. Let them know who you are, Miss Greatness.
How you doing, guys? My name is Missy. Um, I have a podcast called The Silent Fight, as you guys can see. I need my light to come back on. Um, you can find me on Facebook and Instagram by the Silent Fight Missy. The reason I chose the Silent Fight is that I wanted to do my podcast and I wanted to be able to appeal to everybody. I didn't want to put myself in a box, right? So one of the projects that I'm working on has a lot to do with domestic violence. And so I figured, people get bored with just talking about bad stuff all the time, right? So I chose a name that will be so general that I can talk about anything. I could talk about weight loss. I can talk about relationships. I can talk about cooking. I could talk about the housing market. I could talk about politics because we're all battling something, right? And so I needed my podcast and everything that I'm doing now to be tailored to Missy because a lot of people have podcasts, but that's me. I'm a very diverse individual. You wouldn't be able to look at me and know exactly who I am or what I'm capable of doing. So I need my business to reflect exactly that.
I like that model. I like that. Hey, she giving y'all some gems already, man. We ain't even started asking no questions. So, from Miss Missy,
I can't hear you. Say it again.
I said, where are you originally from?
I'm from Chicago.
Oh, the Chi-Town.
Born and
Okay,
raised on the
okay.
north side, Rogers Park.
Okay, I don't know about that area, but okay, shout out to you. Okay. It's cold up there.
It's freezing up here. It's freezing up here. You got to put on the bomber jackets and everything already. Yeah.
Oh,
I think it
wow,
was
yeah.
like I think it was like 30, 39 degrees when I came in tonight. So it's cold and we got that wind chill.
Oh, um, so what made you choose your business or career that you're
That I'm currently doing now.
yes.
So right now what I'm doing is everything that I'm doing now because I just recently accepted my purpose. Like I've been knowing for
Mm,
a while and I've kind of been in denial. My mother has actually been pouring my purpose into me my whole life, right? And I'm just like, no, I don't want to do it. I don't want to do it. So when I finally accepted my purpose, so I quit my job and now I'm driving Lyft full time, right? And although it's a pay cut for me, I'm praying for divine connections. And so every time I get a passenger in my car now, I think to myself and I pray to God. I say, okay, is this person getting in my car for me to help them or for them to help me? And I just let
mm,
the conversations happen the way they happen. So yeah, basically my profession now, everything that I'm doing is strategic. I'm tunnel vision on the assignment, on my purpose. So everything that I do has to do with exactly that.
Wow. And that's, I like how you said that, because you said you're just now accepting your purpose, and that's where I am with my podcast. It's like I've done a lot of different things, but until most recently, it's like they weren't bringing me fulfillment. So I'm like, I got something bigger for me.
Yeah.
I gotta walk into it with. I don't know it, and I even made a podcast the other day that dropped Sunday. I'm like, I don't know my purpose. That's why I'm here to find out.
Absolutely.
And then for you to say that quickly, hey, I appreciate you. So with the lift, um, do you feel like it's been a little easier for you to get your to to tell people about your podcast, being that you are now in contact with so many more people?
Oh, absolutely. Because I ride around with my flyers. I wish I had them on me. So again, everything is strategic, right? So when we took our class with David, right, what did he tell us to do? Speak of yourself as you are, what you're trying to be. And so when someone
Right.
gets in my car, it's like when people get in your car and they see what the nature of the business, people always want to ask me, like, you're driving, like, is this what you do? You're a woman, you're putting strangers in your car. Is this what you're doing? And I said, well, as a matter of fact, I'm doing this because I'm a life coach. I'm a podcaster. Okay. Since you asked, I turn around and hand them my flyer, right? Because now everything is strategic. I'm not out here just trying to survive anymore. It's strategic. Everything that I do is intentional and is focused on the greater good. It has to be, because now it's like, you know how they say God takes care of his fools and his babies, right? And so as I'm walking this earth and I consider myself a fool, right? You know better, you do better. I've accepted my assignment. So anything else is like you just playing with yourself. You could get to the assignment faster if you just be obedient. So
I like that. I like that. So as you're on your journey, like, could you give the listeners a few obstacles that have come up, and we know it's a fresh journey for you, but just give them a few obstacles that have come up as you've been on your journey so far into finding your purpose.
um self-doubt, self-doubt,
Mm.
self-doubt. Um, I heard, I think it was Will Smith say one day, it's it takes more to be on this side of fear than it does when you just actually do it. The anticipation, the anxiety, everything that's leading up to, it's harder anticipating on doing something than it is to actually do it, right? So all these years I've been saying I'm gonna do a podcast, I'm gonna do a podcast, but everything comes up. Everything, okay, wait, I've gained weight. I don't want to get on like this. Okay, my hair is not done. I don't have the money. What if this? It's almost like the fear of success. We'll self-sabotage so much. We'll talk ourselves out of something that we know that we were created to do. And that's why the other things that we do are so uncomfortable. We're not going to find happiness in those things because we weren't created to do those things. So
Mm.
it's self-doubt. It's self-doubt. That's been my biggest obstacle in everything that I do. And so now that I have
Okay.
just accepted the assignment, I'm gonna do it scared. I'm gonna do it sick. I'm gonna do it broken. I'm gonna do it.
Yeah, I'm gonna clap for you on that one, because that was some real heat. Like, what are some things that when you have that self-doubt that come into your thoughts, because we know it's inevitable, because what we're doing is uncomfortable for us and it's stretching us. What are some ways that you just realign yourself when those thoughts come up?
Surround yourself with positivity, right? So, um, I do lashes too. I don't know if you did any research on me. I do like so many things, but I surround myself with positivity. And so if you go in my lash studio, it's just affirmation, pictures of affirmation. I mean, I got some where I wrote on the board. I got some that I spent $30 on. I got some that from the secondhand store, from Walmart, whatever. Just surround yourself with positivity. And the biggest thing, I don't know how old you are. I'm 37. Music is a very big influence in my life. And so I'm mindful not to listen to the sad stories and the breakup songs and the didn't make it and the struggle songs. I'm only pouring positivity into my life. So, like if I gotta listen to gospel music, it's upbeat. That's what I'm gonna do. I love to listen to TD Jakes. I love to listen to his daughter Sarah Jake Roberts. I love to listen to Eric Thomas. I love to listen to Joel Osteen. Right. So you just have to like basically overdose on the positivity, because that little, we can do everything right and everything can go our way. And then like us tonight, right? We've been playing with this
Mhm.
interview back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. And so, you know, your first mind wants to tell you it ain't supposed to happen. Wait, everything else is saying that it's supposed to happen. We both got here on time. We've been communicating, catching each other messages all day. Nah, devil, you don't get no win. You don't get no win. And so we
None of
just
that.
gonna keep doing it over and over and over and over and over again. But that's where the pouring the positivity into your life comes in. Because if you have an overload of inventory of positivity, then that little negative thing is going to be so minute, it's not even going to make sense. So you, again, you have to be very strategic, because the doubt is going to come. I heard your TD Jake say, the bigger the calling, the bigger the attack. The bigger the calling, the
Hmm.
bigger the attack. The bigger the calling, the bigger the attack. I just lost my mother March 16th, 2021.
Oh, I'm so sorry to hear
I
that.
just lost my mom. This was my everything. This is what the Francine is about. Everything is towards her, right? The bigger the calling, the bigger the attack. God is not gonna put more on you than you can bear. But wait, I'm here. I'm still here.
Okay,
With everything in
that's
me,
right.
I'm still here. Okay, so what do I do? This was my everything, and I have children. My everything was taken from me. So I have to have something left to do. It's got to be something left to do. And so guess what? If nothing else made sense, my mother was 700 pounds in the bed, right? An overweight black woman with 4 kids, raised her kids on public housing, Section 8, right? So to the world, she was a failure to the world, right? But then you have me, and you have my brother, and you have my sister,
Hmm.
and you have my other brother, and you have my children. So her grandchildren, and every last one of them are a success. And I'm not figuratively, I
That's
mean literally. Nobody has a background. Nobody has a vice. Nobody is a deadbeat parent. Nobody is strung out on anything. And I mean, so my tunnel vision is the world needs to know Francine Neal. And the only way that they can know Francine Neal is if they know me. And so everything that I do now is focused on my mama. If you come get your lashes done, she's born in 1959, you pay $59, but you have to say her name. The name of my life coaching
hmm.
business is called Francine's Heart. I'm about to open up my daycare, and it's Francine's Heart. So I'm going to force the world to know my mother. And so
Hmm.
that's my purpose now. And so I can't stop, because the only way they're going to know her is through me. And she was so much more than to be reduced to an overweight black woman that didn't raise her kids going to work every day traditionally. But her calling was to be the best mother and the best grandmother. So everything she's given me, I got all this from her. So now I'm just regurgitating it.
Hmm. Ooh, wait. And I'm gonna start crying because hey, I wasn't expecting. So definitely have your purpose behind you, and that you really that you living through the intention everything you do mama's still a part of it. So mama ain't going nowhere. She get closer to the world and the universe.
Absolutely. Money phone, you see my baby. Everything. I got a picture
That's
right there. That's the money phone.
hey mom.
So every time the money phone ring, you got to see her.
You see mom.
It's a reminder. It's a reminder.
That is that's a deep one right there. I really appreciate that. What is one decision you felt like you waited too long that could have put you further ahead now?
Nothing. Nothing.
Ooh, okay.
Every
Like that.
every
Hey,
everything that
perfect.
I've gone through, down to being a single parent, down to struggling, down to losing my mom, down to even the miscarriages that I've had. It was a part of my divine destiny. And I've accepted that everything that I went through is just pushing me right to where I'm supposed to be.
Mm, that's powerful. That's so powerful. What is one? What are a few thrills that you have had while raising your beautiful children?
Thrills,
Yes.
uh, my biggest thrill is feeding my babies.
Oh, like for dinner and breakfast. Is
It's
that?
feeding them. It's feeding them. It's 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 something so satisfying as a parent to know that your children are dependent on you, and they can say things like, "Ma, I want some McDonald's," and you're able to provide. And you can just sit there and you can just watch them enjoy. And it's like, I did that. I did that. I created that in them, right? Um, Paying my rent every month. My baby is 18 years old, and every month when I pay my rent, it's like, damn, I'm somebody's mama. You know what I'm saying? I'm somebody's mother. But
Right.
so you said three, and then the next one will be the education. What I'm doing now. I get a natural high out of pouring into my children verbally, giving them as much of me as I possibly can, right? Because we know that tomorrow's not promised. And if things happen the way we're taught that they're going to happen, they're going to be in the same situation at one point that I am now. They're going to have to bury me, because this is what we really pray. We really pray that our children bury us and we never have to bury our children. So, right, whatever their level of understanding is, that's what I pour into them, if that makes sense. I
Hmm.
teach and raise my children to their level of understanding, not the level that society tells me that I should raise my children. So if I know
Okay.
that my son understands right now different situations, like me going through a breakup recently, he's 18 years old. Instead of me shielding these things from them, I have to sit down and I have to explain to them that I don't want to put you in an adult business, but I want you to understand, as much as I was in love with this man and how much I thought that I would be broken, because you guys are walking. You see how happy your mom is. But I want you to understand that everybody is not promised.
Hmm.
It's not promised. And so I show them, I show them things are going to occur, but let me show you how you shake it off and you keep moving, because I never want to get my kid's face on a news article saying that Kevin committed suicide because his girlfriend broke up with him. So at their moment, at their level of understanding, that's how I teach my children. And that would be whatever it is. With driving, like my baby, the law said that my baby could drive at 16, right? I didn't let my son drive until maybe 3 months before his 18th birthday, because he wasn't ready. The world is not going to
Mm.
teach me how to send my children out there to their demise. So now my baby is
Mm.
18 years old, and I could sit on Instagram and Facebook and be looking down, and it's not a lot of braking, it's not a lot of swerving. But more importantly, I could doze off and know that Kevin is out here driving, and he's driving like I taught him. So their level of
Mm.
understanding is how I educate and raise my kids.
I love that. Because I have two young sons myself, and they're 4, and it's like they're watching me so much as they continue to grow and develop into young great kings. It's like I've already got some big shoes to fill from between my grandfather and my father, my stepdad and my mother, and everybody else that has poured into me this far. But it's like this is only the beginning of me.
Mm-hmm.
Like I'm a young years old, so I have so much to achieve for them because this is not what I'm doing is not even for me. I tell people I
Absolutely.
don't hustle like I'd be great making well over 6 figures a year,
Right.
but I have to the legacy. The hell with the money. Money go they print money like water out the faucet. I have to leave them legacies. I have to leave them systems. I have to leave them real things that that teach them values, that teach them morals, that allow them to be great when the society just wants them to be so regular and
Broken.
mediocre, like
Mm-hmm.
it broken too. Oh my goodness. Let's not
Mm-hmm.
talk about the things. We're not even gonna get that's another podcast fight about in in our community of black men. Like, but I, I have them looking up to me, so it's like I have to stay steady stepping. No matter how many times I fall, they have to see daddy get back up because
Absolutely.
I saw countless times, no matter what, they got back up. They came out even harder on the other side, and
Yes.
that's the
Yes.
great being a stepper. It's like stuff is always gonna happen. But what are you? How
Absolutely.
are you gonna? Real question.
Absolutely. You have to
Like,
be
I
their
mean, yeah,
strength. They're looking at you for their strength. They're watching.
yes,
They're watching.
man. Watching with hawk eyes, binoculars,
They
hey,
are.
everything.
They are. Like I have two sons, and when I tell you my sons reflect me in the hot, they're like the male version of me. And it's crazy because people would think like, oh, your sons act like you, like they might be gay or they might be soft. Like, no, they're just like the male version. They're the male version of me. You know what I'm saying?
Right, right.
Yeah. So
So
they're
that
watching.
you raised some amazing kings because you are a strong queen, and
Thank
I'm
you.
listening the way you just like I can. Oh, let me. Please forgive me.
No, take your time.
Okay, that's gonna take us into our next amazing question.
Okay.
What? We're probably not gonna talk about millennials today. Um, what are some work habits or processes that you have noticed within yourself that have changed through you walking into your purpose?
Procrastination. I
Mm.
procrastinate a
Okay.
lot. I procrastinate a lot. And I believe well, I know it's because a lot of things that I do or everything that I do, I excel at it. I don't want to be cocky, but I want to anything I do, I could conquer it. It's I call it a blessing and a curse. Well, that's what I used to call it. But I call it a
Right.
blessing now, right? But and so with that being said, the procrastination, so I take a lot of things for granted. Like one thing, I just recently, I don't know if you've seen me post, I just recently went and got my class A permit, right? For driving.
Okay. Yeah.
Okay. I've had that permit before. Just went
Okay.
and took it, didn't care. You know what I'm saying? Just don't do it. I
Well, listen.
procrastinating a lot.
Let me tell you, right? Because I know you got the permit. You got your medical card.
I don't have a renewed one. I
Well,
haven't
you need
had
to go
one in
get your.
like 4 years.
Yeah, you have to get your medical card for that permit to be valid. And if you do want to get your CDL license, you need to get them before February 9th of 2022 because the FMCA are going to be requiring each and every driver to go through a longer training process than normally regulated before. Because I don't know how long, like, what's you guys is like. So if you got a permit up there in Illinois, right? Could you just go like if you know somebody with a truck, you just go take your road test?
Yeah, at minimum, you have to hold it for 2 weeks, is what they just told me.
Yeah, that's like Georgia.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's like Georgia.
So you got to hold it for a minimum of 2 weeks, and then you can't have it for any longer than a year.
Okay.
But yeah, I'll have it before the new year.
Oh yeah, most definitely because they're trying to change it up, and I know you don't want to go back to school for that.
No, I have a truck company that I already established also. So
You a stepper.
and so
Fun thing, because that's what I was doing before I got into podcasting and all my other adventures. I've been driving trucks since I got out of high school.
right, I noticed that on your videos that you be in the trucks.
Yeah,
I noticed that.
yeah, health as well.
But yeah,
But yeah,
so I established it, and just because I knew that I could take
I like
taking
that.
taking stuff for granted, but really doing everything that was aligned in my purpose, if that makes sense. So
Mhm.
I finally have taken the time. One of my good friends told me to just stop and write down all the businesses that you have. And so I have 13 businesses established.
You are not
Right,
playing.
right. And so, but I've been taking them for granted. So now everything is strategic. Everything is strategic. So you see my vision. So the wealth is there because they said it takes 7 streams. I'm at 13.
Oh, so you almost you right at double. Really, you double.
Yeah, yeah. And so
Double.
now the plan is to, if you build it, they'll come.
That's right.
That's it. It's just that simple.
You already know because people are attracted to greatness.
Yeah.
Because as we know, it's and that's why I really started the podcast too, because I was sometimes feeling like I didn't always have anywhere to go to kind of guide me sometimes when I'm on my next level of elevation.
Okay.
But into the social proof podcast, it was like, I like this idea. I like that business. I don't like that business. Hmm. Let me try this. Let me try that. And then
Right.
when David dropped launch your podcast, I said, that's the one. I'm in it.
Yeah. Because you're going to get
And
paid to run your mouth.
and pick other people's brain and learn what they're doing and do different collaborative
The
businesses.
networking is amazing.
Goodness, that's an understatement.
It's amazing, right? When you able to
Yeah,
talk to people and you're able, like you have the knowledge and the skill to create your network,
goodness. Hey,
because
they can't
everything
touch.
happens for a reason.
It's strategic.
It's strategic. It's strategic.
What what was your point? Because I think we was in the same podcast challenge 9 times out of 10. What was when did you do? Did you do it when he first dropped that challenge, or when did you get into the challenge?
Um, it was a gift. My sister bought me that admission.
So sweet, so sweet, she a real one.
So I just did it because she gifted it to me. Had never heard of David before, had never heard of the morning wake up or anything. And she just gifted it to me once she seen that I was serious. And she was like, you know what? I want you to do this challenge. And so, I went to church and my pastor said, obedience is better than sacrifice. And so she bought the challenge for me and I got in it. And I loved it. And I got so many gems from him. I got so many gems from him. I can't hear you. Got to talk it to your mic.
I was saying that black man right there, he's definitely powerful for the network and the
Yes,
community that he is building.
yes.
Oh, definitely. I appreciate him for that.
Yes, me too, because the networking there is amazing. I think I've done already like 3 or 4 interviews from the group alone.
I'm shooting a podcast, Mom.
Yeah, but the
I,
networking in, go ahead.
I didn't get into that podcast challenge to probably like being a procrastinator to probably like the last day. And it was that day that he came on Instagram live and cussed everybody out. I said,
Oh,
"Oh,
so
you
you
cussed me."
was in the challenge, but you wasn't attending it?
No, 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 no. I wasn't even gonna join the challenge because I was like,
Oh,
I got the I charged it to my credit card. And I'm like, I have the money, but someone's just like, man, you gonna do it and or you're gonna start it, you're not gonna finish, and all these self doubt,
what I
ignorant
tell
thoughts.
you, self
Yeah,
doubt.
Destiny, you've been trying to figure out how to let the universe know how great you are and all the great people in your community and your circle are. He's like, start your podcast, launch your challenge, because I had been listening to him for a couple months prior to. So I had just been on some, man, I'm tired of everything else that's not elevating me to where I really want to be. So I'm like, if I want to elevate and do stuff differently, all my actions have to be strategically different to get to a different location.
Absolutely, absolutely, absolutely.
And when they were that, he cussed me out the last day. My papa was like, because I was taking him home, he said, "Who is that talking to you like that?" I said, it's this dude from Instagram. He said I need to come on his podcast channel, and I'm about to pay for it right now. Because he cussed me out. So once he did that, I got into the VIP.
Okay.
And man, that VIP is the worst that and he probably going up on the price. Not even gonna lie. But that $297 I paid,
Yes.
that was the best investment I made all year.
Yes. 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 And that's another thing that I would tell you. I've been going through Instagram and Facebook, and like whatever coaching that they offering that I can afford, I'm in it. If it's an hour
Mm,
coaching, if it's a free sign up, because right, I don't like to be put into a box. And so I don't
mm,
just want to follow a black man or a black woman or a white man or a white woman or a Chinese. I want to follow them all because I take
right.
a little bit of something from everything that I encounter so that it can embody Missy, right? So I don't want you to look at me and be like, well, I know what she's finna talk about today and I know her style. Because I'm coming with something different every time.
You trying to take the Steady Stepping podcast, greatest. Hey, everybody, let's go. Let's go.
Yes, yes.
Yeah, and this is when to go back to those big shoes I'm feeling. My grandfather was an apprentice for a radio show to be a host back in the early 70s, 60s or 70s, no later than the 80s, back in Atlanta. And
Okay.
when I told him on the podcast, that's that second podcast episode on YouTube. Consistency consistency is part of success. I can't remember the title right now, but just even talking to him sometimes, like I'll call and bounce off ideas from him, and just we just collaborate, and he just pours into me with this, and it's just so amazing for him to support me because he's always supported me, but to know that he was a prior radio host and now I'm picking up the slack. Oh,
It's in your
I have to go.
blood. It's in your blood.
Hey,
You got to be
and it's
great.
like I have no choice.
Absolutely.
Hey, if I'm not great, that's my fault. I can't blame you, Missy, if I'm not great.
You can't. You can't blame
Hey,
nobody but yourself.
tell him again.
Accountability. Accountability. You can't blame anybody but yourself. If you're not successful, it's because you don't want to be successful. I've said that time and time and time and time again. Again, I'm a single mother. I didn't
Mhm.
even realize how strong I was as a single mother until my brother said one day, he said, dang, you couldn't even know you was in the house by yourself with them kids.
Mm,
No excuses. You would never know I'm a single parent unless I offer up that information. My
that's
kids
right.
didn't ask to be here. You're not going to see my struggle on my face. I made a decision that I'm going to be great. And it's just as simple as that. It's simple.
Let them know because they don't know. That's your energy, and that's my energy now. Like, and I even told my mom the other day. I said I'm gonna be so annoyingly positive. People are gonna do one or two things. You're either gonna want to come closer, or you're gonna want to get the hell away from me.
You're gonna want,
You
and
get what
then
I'm saying?
watch the words you use. I'm gonna be so annoyingly positive that people gonna want to come closer, or they're gonna be forced to come closer.
Okay, I
We
like. I
not
like the way you.
giving it. We not giving life. Like I told my sister, I said, you know what? Life been applying the pressure to me all this time, but guess what? Now I'm gonna apply the pressure. I'm gonna apply the pressure. I'm gonna force life to show me I can't be great. Why can't I?
Yeah.
The burden of proof
Wow.
is on you now.
Hmm.
And I'm not
That.
accepting anything less in every area of my life.
Why would you though? That's what I've been telling myself. Like, why would I sit here walking around with a long face? Why would I sit here walking around all depressed and sad? God didn't put me here to do that. He put me having abundance of greatness and whatever I could desire in my thoughts.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Whatever you can desire in your thoughts. If you
Okay.
can think it, you can have it. And it's the same. Why? Why can I have why can Oprah have a private jet but Missy can't? We both
Okay.
we both breathing, we both got blood, we both got use of our limbs. Why?
Mm.
Why can Tyler Perry be the first man to own studios and everything great and nobody after him can do it? You can if you choose to.
You just gotta put in that work.
You got take the excuses away. Cause sometimes you're
Mm.
gonna have sleepless nights. I had 2.5 hours of sleep last night. I had to get up and go to my because I'm a first aid CPR instructor. I'm an instructor. So I had to go get my research for that with 2.5 hours
Okay.
of sleep in this boring class. But guess what? I had to go.
That's right.
Then I almost forgot about our interview and I'm like, dang, that's why I randomly text you like we still on for tonight. You said yeah,
Hey,
so I said we got to do
I
it.
already like because I know we both have lives and we've been trying to correlate this thing, but I'm like, regardless, whatever time is good for you, I'm gonna make it great for me. You get what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
Because you're giving me your time and your energy, so I could never disrespect it and not reciprocate it whenever it's appropriate for you. You get what I'm
Absolutely.
saying?
I
Because
appreciate that too.
oh, no problem. Teamwork make the dream work, and you got to
Come
get it
on
around the
now.
right.
Come on now. You
Hey,
got to get around the right team. You got to get
if
around the
that
right team.
pushing you, they pulling you down. That
Absolutely.
hey, we ain't gonna hurt
Absolutely.
nobody. So, out of all your 13 businesses, you're making me feel like I need to get me a couple more. Out of all your 13 businesses, which one do you want to make a priority as far as like for the podcast we're talking about?
So the priority is going to be my life coaching business, Francine's Heart. Changing the world one heart at a time. That's a priority. Um, and my daycare is a priority.
Hmm.
So those two things are priorities. I need to constantly speak to people because the life coaching business is the greater goal.
Okay.
That's me talking to people. It's always talking to people. It's everything talking to people, right? And the
Okay.
daycare is gonna be for the when I need to have steady income and I can't drive Lyft, right? Because I'm able to hire assistance. So I need a steady income because I still have a life, and we're not gonna give life any choice. We're not gonna give them any choice. So we're gonna focus
Okay.
on that and the life coaching, and everything is strategic to the goal.
Okay. Okay. So with your life coach, um, what are some things that if I came to Francine's Heart, what are some things that I could look forward to in the program?
Um, you can look forward to self-awareness, right? I'm not here to tell you about your life. You coming to tell me. So I'm so great at what I do. I'll make you accept who you are because we can't go any further on fixing anything if you don't accept you. You have to accept you. That's my focus. I have to get you to understand who you are because the lies that you telling to yourself, the self-doubt, everything that's going to project onto me, and then I can't be effective. And again, the world can't know Francine if I fail at the mission. And so if that means we're going to have coaching sessions for a month or we're going to have them for 3 years, I can't afford to fail anybody who I mentor because that's a bad tag to my brand. So if you can accept you, we could get some work done. And so however long that take, you're gonna accept you, but you're not gonna accept it by Missy telling you, you gonna tell me. You gonna tell me.
I like that. Hey, I'm gonna come check out Miss Francine's heart. What was the biggest inspiration? We know it's for the steady income, but what was your biggest inspiration for wanting to start a daycare? I've been thinking about starting one.
My biggest inspiration for starting a daycare is just financial freedom. It's a lot of money in it. I watch the people that have done it. I've watched their lives change in the course of 2 to 3 years. And we need that financial freedom. Money is just a tool, right? It's just a tool to get to what we're trying to do, to our overall happiness and peace of mind. So it's a great source of income. But I love children. I love pouring into kids. And so I get to, because everything is focused on my assignment. So I get to pour into children. If you pour into the children, you can change the world. If you pour into the children, you can change the world. If you pour into the children, you can change the world.
Say that again. Put the people in the back that did not pour into kids with greatness, and you will change the world through them. Like that is, I love my son. How are your everyday actions intentional into pushing you to be better than you were yesterday?
Again, everything now is strategic. So I heard Eric Thomas say there's a difference between a shooter and a sniper. Okay? There's a difference between a shooter and a sniper. A shooter will go into the bank and shoot the bank up, and a lot of times it's more damage done to the area than it is to the actual target, right? There's more casualties. There's more casualties when you're dealing with a shooter. But when you're dealing with a sniper, he's going to be precise, he's going to be patient, and every shot counts, even down to how he breathes. So everything that I do is focused on my future. Like I sell weight loss products, right? I'm a BBW. So I don't want to expose my insecurities, right? But now it's strategic. Now I got to check in at the gym. Now I got to show the progressive photos because once I drop this weight loss line, it ain't going to be no doubt that it's going to work. I'm not giving life an option. So everything is strategic. I do lashes. I make sure my lashes are done. Okay?
I saw you coming up. I seen it. I saw it. Promoting. That's what it's for. That's why we do this. Let people know who we are, what products, goods, and services we provide, and that we live in everything we talking about. We're not just running our mouth just for the fun of it. I promise we not.
Right. Like David said, your highness, strategic. Like David said, and I had a problem with the marketing. You almost have to be annoying. You gotta just keep on, hey, look at me. Hey, I'm here. Hey, I'm here.
Hey,
look at me. Give me a chance. I can do it too. Because I can guarantee you, to anybody that's watching this, if you give me a chance, I promise I won't fail you. I won't fail you. And so I'm going to force you to give me a chance. Even the critics, even the people that don't want to hear it, I'm going to force you to hear it. You know why? Because I'm going to be on everything. I'm going to be on everything. Like I heard Lil Wayne say one day, and I heard this. I heard this, man. I promise you it was about 15 years ago. Lil Wayne said he do not turn down an interview with anybody. I don't turn down an interview. I do not turn down an opportunity to be on somebody's song. He said, because guess what? That might be the dude that make it. And while he looking at me like I'm big, I'm gonna be on there with him. He's gonna be like, I owe him one. I'm gonna be on everything. I'm gonna force the world to accept me. I talk about anything. The silent fight. Anybody who's ever asked me for an interview, I say yes. I don't care if they talking about sexuality. I don't care if they talking about weight loss. I don't care if they talking about, I don't even know about politics. Now I talk to you about politics because I'm smart enough to research it. You hear me? I'm not telling nobody no. I'm not. Because guess what? You might get somebody on. I get people all on my podcast calling me all types of N-words, and I don't even acknowledge them because guess what might happen? You just might share that video calling me all types of N-words, and somebody might want to defend me and then bring me on for a sad story.
But you
the world knows me.
That's right. That's right. That's you're a deep woman, Missy. I appreciate you. We're gonna break the interview up a little bit, and we're gonna do a mid-roll. So since you were so amazing and you came on my podcast, this your mid-roll. Let them know who you are again. How can they get to you if they want some lashes? They want a life coaching. They need their kids to be watched. Let them know.
Okay, so again, my name is Missy, and you guys can find me on Facebook, The Silent Fight Missy. That's my podcast. You guys can find me on Instagram, The Silent Fight Missy. Like he said, I have a daycare, and my daycare is going to be second shift and third shift because I know people have a problem with getting daycare. On those shifts, going to be second and third. Strategic now. Come on now.
That is super. Because I don't think we need to talk when this podcast over.
Absolutely. Like I said, I got a trucking company, and my trucking company, what I'm going to be doing is I'm going to be hiring non-CDL drivers. I'm not giving people an excuse. And now my trucking company, my drivers, they're going to have access to free daycare because I own a daycare, so I can make it happen, right? I also sell life insurance, so I can make sure that you and your family are properly covered. I do that. Me and my sister do credit repair, so we got you on that end. We do income taxes, so when that money drops for them income taxes, then you can go ahead and pay for that credit repair because you got the money. No need to waste it on the shoes. My brother owns a car company. My brother sells used cars. Okay, my little sister got a daycare. When I tell you we well-rounded around here, everything we do, I'm telling you, if you're looking for it, then you can hit me up because 9 times out of 10, I got it in my network. I'm not playing. I'm not coming to play. My sister just revealed to me that she sells these subs. So guess what the goal is now? I'm finna get my baby what she wants. We about to get her a food truck. That's coming soon. We not playing generational wealth. We kicking the dough in. Understand everything is coming. Everything is coming. My baby about to go to school right now for diesel mechanics. He's 18 years old. My brother sells cars. You see how we doing it around here? We not playing around here. I got a little niece that do nails. My little niece do nails. Like, I do lashes. Okay, my sister got sweets. Like, we in the dough. We not playing. We not playing.
Hey, Missy, you sound like the older female version of me. That's my thing. Like, why can't we monopolize in our own community? There should be no reason we should have to outsource nothing.
We just got to learn to stick together. We got to learn to stick together.
Man, what?
Like my girl that braid my hair. I don't pay for my braids to be done. I do her lashes. She do my hair. Barter. Barter.
Dang. That. Oh wow, that was amazing. What are 3 tips you would give your 24-year-old self as advice to ensure they don't make the same mistakes that you? We're not saying you made mistakes, but 3 tips you would give your 24-year-old self to ensure they are on the proper journey now. If they would listen to you right now as one of these viewers, what would you tell them?
I'm going to tell my 24-year-old self the same thing my mother told me at 24 when I was going through.
Mm-hmm.
Everything happens for a reason.
Mm.
You got this. You are fearfully and wonderfully made.
Mm. You said, hey, those words right there, those some deep ones right there. Because I feel like a lot of times those that people that can't fight through that, those be the few words that they need.
Mm-hmm.
I was a guy that used to suffer from depression. I don't have depression. Well, depression doesn't have me. I have it, and I kick his ass
Okay.
all the time.
Okay. You better. You better.
Get back. But it's because of my circle and my mom just telling me, son, you're amazing, you are worthy, and you better not give up.
Absolutely. And you believed it. The crazy thing is you believe it, right?
I do. I do. Like, because and in those times of those self-doubting times, that's when that stuff started to creep in and seep
Absolutely.
in. That's why I go like even though I got locked off my live and on my other Instagram, it's like through my purpose, I know I'm gonna have to touch more people, and I know it's a lot more people to touch on social media because they got a lot of
Absolutely.
free time. Let me come on with my positivity early in the morning, so you can hear before you get out here in this chaotic world that you are amazing, you are worth it, you can do it. Don't let
Absolutely.
nobody bless. If they do, tell them be blessed. I don't want to talk to you no more.
That's it.
Period.
That's it. It's that lead with love. It's okay.
And since I've been learning to turn the other cheek, people get mad at me, but I love it. I just smile at them like this man. He shot a bird at me the other day. I said, "Sir, I love you." He said, "But I still love you though, because even though you had a bad day, and I told you love you, you gonna go home and tell somebody else I had a bad day, but this guy told me he loved me, and that
This
changed my
dude
day."
told me he loved me. Yep.
Yes,
Yep.
because we all don't we?
Yes. Yes. And that's why I make it a habit to smile. Because everybody
Oh
may
my,
not be receptive to the words. But if you walk past me and I'm like,
they're like, "Oh, she happy."
you see the smile.
Yes, I see. Oh, hey, let them know why you happy. Let 'em-
Absolutely. So, it's just the little things like that. You just got to lead with love. You just got to stay in a positive state. But more importantly, what I would tell you, again, the bigger the assignment, the bigger the attack, right? So like if I'm having a bad day, because it's going to come, I isolate myself and get my mind back together, do whatever it takes. So like if I had, like when I was going through my breakup a few weeks ago, I didn't drive all week. Now I can't afford not to drive, but strategic, right? I can't afford to put out bad energy. So I'll take the loss of the money before I let somebody get in my car and put me in a box and determine that I'm a person that gives off bad energy. So when they see me on Facebook and Instagram, they can be like, I got in her car and no, I can't risk it. You get what I'm saying? I can't risk it. So when you having a bad day, accept your bad day, but isolate yourself so that you can get your head together. And when I mean isolate, I mean if you got to go get your kids, got to go get your sister, if you got to go lay on your mom's shoulder, whatever you need to do, because you can't be strong in your assignment if you weak in your life. You got to take it serious. You got to take it serious. If you know that this is your assignment, you got to take it. Like, I don't do no arguing and disrespect in my house. That's why when my relationship was over, it was over. Because I can't tell you to get out that relationship with a black eye. If I'm sitting here dealing, I can't tell you with conviction. Everything about me is passion. So if I'm not giving you this passion, I can't be effective. So I can't be in a bad relationship. I can't be in a bad friendship. I can't be in a bad workship. I got to surround myself with positivity so that I can complete my assignment. So when I go on the grader, I can check that box off. I don't want to come back because I ain't do what I was supposed to do.
God called me home and said, God, I did what I was supposed to do. I listened.
I did, man.
Hey,
Obedience.
we know the time is coming, but we don't know what date. So let's listen to Missy and be obedient and strategic and make sure you purpose. And hey, everything else is just going
It's going to fall like it's supposed to. It's going to fall like it's supposed to.
What are 3 good investments you have made? 3 good and 3 bad.
3 good investments. As far as business, buying me a new car because that brings me money. Anything that I've gotten educated on is a good investment to me. So getting my last certification, upgrading my license, getting registered in this daycare, just anything to add to my value was a great investment in my opinion. A bad investment, I don't really know one because I feel like everything happened the way it was supposed to happen. So I was supposed to make that bad decision so I could get pushed to that level, to that direction. Right. So,
hey, well, that means you didn't have any bad investments. It was all for the greater good if you open new purpose.
Absolutely. Well, hold up. Everything works out for your good.
Oh, say that again. And I ain't even. I'm like, man, I'm messed up. My feelings hurt, but no, sir. Steady stepping.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
So you gotta be certified to be a last tech. You gotta have a license.
I don't know. I just knew that they was offering certification, and I'm a stickler on paperwork. I don't like to start nothing that somebody could take from me. So if they say there's a certification, then I mean, you deal with your problems for your problems deal with you. Because we don't know which one of these businesses is going to take off. So I don't need nobody coming back saying you ain't got your paperwork. So if I qualified and I can do it, I'm going to go ahead and do it right the first time because I ain't got time to reroute at this point. I'll be 37. I'll be 38 Friday.
Oh, you happy early birthday. Oh,
thank you.
Hey. What were some sacrifices you had to make in order to be qualified?
The sacrifices in order to be qualified for what I'm doing now.
So I was reading the whole question. What were some sacrifices you had to make in order to put you where you are right now?
I had to sacrifice my sleep. I had to sacrifice my heart. I had to sacrifice my tears. I had to sacrifice my health. One time they had to put me in a medically induced coma because I was working so much. And the doctor told me that my body was just exhausted, but I couldn't stop. I couldn't stop until life forced me to stop. So I've had so many nights where I cried and where I was sick but I just wouldn't stop. I've sacrificed me a lot just to get to the place of peace where I'm at right now. You know, nothing comes easy, but again, I can't stop. I can't stop. I can't stop. My friend was telling me, I was talking to my friend the other day, and my circle, believe it or not, well, me and you doing this, or we do all the time. Like we'll see something stupid all the time. all the time. We talking about business, and we'll see something stupid and be like, oh, she goofy, or he a clown, and we back straight to the business. Like, this is literally our everyday lingo. So we don't have to practice it. You know what I'm saying? This is all what we talking about. But what was the question? Dang, I was trying to tell you something that my friend had told me.
The question was, what were some sacrifices you had in order
I
to
said
be
that
where you are
it was something else that I had said though. But anyway, I don't know what we was talking about.
All good. What were some habits growth during the process of elevation?
Self-doubt and procrastination.
Procrastination? Oh, that's a strong one.
And self-doubt. I have to believe me. I have to believe in me. I hear people all the time telling me how great I am, and I be like, okay, I'm just living my life every day, right? And so then I start listening and paying attention. Like, it's some truth in something that everybody ain't saying a lie. So now I just let that help me with my confidence. I just believe that I can. Crazy thing is, now I believe it. I believe it.
Through it.
So I had to get rid of the self-doubt and the procrastination. If it's going to happen, I'm the only person that can have the power to do it. So that means I got to do whatever it takes to get it done.
That's right. That's so right. So I know you were saying that you've been doing a lot of investing into yourself. How much money have you feel like you've invested in yourself so far? Like for self-development and stuff.
Self-development?
Or just self-development, product development, just really investing in your purpose.
A lot. Because again, everything that you do is geared on your purpose. So like, for example, I turned my dining room into a little gym.
Oh.
Right. I turned a corner of my living room into an office. So I had to buy the expensive equipment that I knew wouldn't fail. You know, I gotta eat healthier. I'm driving, so I gotta have a reliable car. So anytime something goes wrong, I gotta get it fixed immediately because I can't afford for my engine to go. Like, I invest a lot. Everything is geared towards my life and what I got going on.
That's right. That goes back to that strategy.
Yeah.
Because when one falls, it's like it could potentially the whole thing down. But see, what I'm listening with you, it's like each one move away, oh, some already never catch it up.
Yeah, so, I believe that. I believe that. I really believe that. I put up a post the other day that said, God will multiply anything that you've lost. Just think about anything you've lost and when you regained it. It was 10 times better.
I could think of a couple of things I thought I lost, but I probably never said that. But then when God brought that thing back to me, He like, son, this what you didn't have, but you was being disobedient.
It was way better. Way better. It was way better.
Hey, that's just a part of us learning and growing up.
Absolutely. Every day is a learning process.
It has to be. And I've been learning that and realizing like I am young. I don't know a lot. But the day that I stopped learning, stopped being willing to learn, I feel like I really become.
The man that knows it all knows that he don't know it all. So you supposed to keep growing and learning. It's supposed to be new things every day. Like, I want to know, like, me and you will be talking and you'll use a word, and I'm not ashamed to say that I don't know what that word is. What is that? Because once you tell me what it is, I'm finna pick my phone up and I'm finna Google it. And so guess what? I've now gained knowledge. That's how serious I am about learning and growing. Everything is a learning process for me. Everything. And if you look at life like that, everything you can't do anything but accept the loss. You can't do nothing but
Bro,
accept it.
I wrote something in my little notepad of notes I like to say for gems. It's like when you learn to fail, you never fail. You just really learn. Because it's like if you failed at something, you didn't fail, get up and try it again. So it was just a lesson in the part of the process.
Absolutely.
So that right. Ooh. Hmm.
Like I
And
saw this
I was.
meme. Go ahead, I'm sorry.
Mhm. Oh, you go. You go. Go ahead.
I saw this meme that says the pain will stop when it's done teaching you. Ever since I
Oh.
seen that, I live by that. I live by that. The pain will stop when it's done teaching you.
Oh, that one hit home right there. It's crazy you said that 'cause I just had a funny phone call when I was on the way. It's funny you said,
Yeah.
and it stopped because hey, I learned my lesson. I said we're not doing that. Expecting different results.
Come on now. You'll finally accept whatever it's trying to teach you, and you be like, dang, that's why. Okay, yeah, I can't do that. I don't want to do that no more. I don't want to do that no more. I ain't gonna do that.
I'm out the game, coach. How has your mental elevation been since you've been going and growing?
Oh, it's so crazy that I was just talking to my sister, and I said, just my mindset from 4 years ago to now, like the dude that I was with, he wasn't a bad person. He just wasn't for me. Mentally, I've elevated so much that we can no longer connect. Because when I thought we got together, it was on a mental level. I'm a sapiosexual. I don't know if you heard that before, but I am literally attracted to intelligence. Huh?
Mm-hmm. I said I've heard of it before, but I don't know like the full definition of it.
So everything of it is literally a sexual attraction to intelligence.
Mm.
Like you have some women that are sexually attracted to money or a man with a nice body or whatever. Like you hear them say women love a man in a uniform. You know, that's a sexual like what is it? Pheromones. My aphrodisiac is intelligence. You have to feed me mentally. You have to, because I'm constantly learning. And so the problem that I run into is I don't look like the average nerd, right? You don't look like you're not insecure, you don't bow your head, you don't dress funny, you can talk in
Right.
public, you're confident. But I am everything that has to do with a nerd, right? So when I choose these relationships, you have to feed me intellectually. So in 4 years, we just grew apart intellectually. Mentally, and he used to say all the time, people can't come between us because we have a mental connection. And so when it was done, I said, damn, well, what do you do when that's gone? Right? And it might sound
Like me.
funny. It might sound funny, but like I was just telling my sister, like, dang, that's where I was at 4 years ago. No. So that alone just shows me my mental elevation. That's why I use it as an example, because if nothing else, you'll see the growth in that. It's evident, right?
All right, I love you, son. All right, good night. Yeah, like, and it's crazy you said that because I had recently I got this woman's number. She was almost right. She was a little bit younger than me. But the more and more we talk, I probably talked to her for about 2, maybe 3 weeks max.
Mm-hmm.
every day as we would have conversations, I would get more and more unattracted because it's like it wasn't that she was a bad woman or anything, but it was just like elevation that I was going and her energy and where she was going. It's like even for us to even have phone conversations, you got to be feeding me, or I'm gonna have to let me call you back because I got a client calling me because
Yeah,
I can't
yeah,
energy eat anymore,
yeah, yeah.
anymore. And it's like, and she had sent like this random text messages like, "Well, my energy's not bad and whatnot." And I wasn't saying her energy was bad, but your energy just not for me, baby girl.
Your energy just not for me. And it's that simple. It's that simple. You don't have to be a bad person. You're just not for me. And this
Hey,
is what my life coaching forces people to accept
yeah.
exactly what's for them in every area of life. In every
Mm,
area. In every area. Just accept it. But that's accepting you. You ain't gonna fight you no more. And I tell people that all the time. I ain't gonna lie to me. When I
mm.
got out of that
I had
relationship, it made no logical sense. It made no logical sense to me as to why I should be there. It ain't had nothing to do with cheating. It ain't had nothing to do with fighting. It makes sense. And when I can't
mm.
and when I can't give Missy an excuse, and you can see I come quick with them. I got the ixnay
Oh
on
yeah.
the situation. For real.
You on it. That one. Oh. And oh, we ain't gonna talk about relationships because we'll be on here another couple hours. If you want to talk about, hey, that was one of the things when I had to say, okay, listen, you just being dumb at this point. That was one of those things that was just like, okay, you just drug on, so you just kept on wanting.
And and
Okay,
and that's
I
and
was like, oh,
that's what I tell my folks when they ask me. Whenever they want relationship advice, I give them, first of all, never give advice as to what I wouldn't do. And I never tell anybody
mm,
to leave their mate. Never. Never. Because you ain't about to put that on me. Because you gotta live with your decision. But one thing I always tell people, if you want to put on your dumb the B hat, put it on. But wear it proudly. Wear it proudly. Okay, because we've all worn that hat before. You see what I'm saying? But I'm outside of that. I can't wear that hat. I retired that hat. I retired. I don't want to. I wear braids now. I, I wear braids. I can't fit it. I can't fit that hat no more. It doesn't work for me.
it don't fit. Don't fit no.
It don't fit me no more. I'm cool with it.
And that's another thing we have to. And and through my journey, I'm gonna tell you, I've been learning to love to be alone again, and really just love myself. Like, and that's the thing that I feel like a lot of us don't remember to do sometimes. Just love and appreciate, just reaffirm ourselves that we are worthy. Like, oh, we that one right there. I just and even this morning I woke up and my workout partner, he was pissed off because we had some other stuff going on in the business. But it's like he was pissed off, and we kind of our energies bounce off each other. We got high energy, so you know when you got a partner that you always with, you know when they off. So it's like, dang, I know my bros, he ain't in the best energy, but I meet with him, I gotta be up there so we can get my man's back up there. So it was
Right.
like, Destine, you said, exercise like you've been doing every morning at 5 a.m. and just meditate before everybody get up, really get my thoughts together because it was like, if not, my whole day was gonna be. But for the fact that I was able to catch it before anybody else in the house got up, it was like turned it around just that quick. Because and it made me think about when you was just like, you got to go to that place wherever that place is because you can't be strong for the world, but you weak for yourself. You know. And when I thought about
Mm-hmm.
that, gotta get it together because my baby wasn't feeling good, so he don't need to be down. And I'm going to I'm going to do some door knocking, so I don't need to bring none of that negative outside of this bedroom. It's gonna stay in the dark, and I'm gonna throw it out the window when I turn on the light. Like
Exactly.
for
Shinda
real.
said,
Like oh,
learn
shout
to
out.
be alone again. I like that. Um, I
Yeah.
saw this. I'm sorry, were you done? I didn't want to cut you off. Were you done with your
So
thought?
you good? Go ahead. Yes. Yes.
Okay.
Of course.
I heard somebody say when I was listening to a speech, they said, when you alone at night, do you like the company that you keep?
Deep one. I think about that one myself a little bit.
I think everybody should ask themselves that. Do you how do you want to I can't be an effective wife if I can't be an effective Missy. I can't be an effective mother if I'm not an effective Missy. If I don't like me, how do I want my kids to like me? How do I want my sister to like me? How do I want my brother to like me? How do I want my husband to like me? I gotta like me. That's like my friend took me out the other day and I was standing there looking on my phone because we was in the little lounge. And he was like, "Are you okay? You standing over there? Were you lonely?" And I said, "I'm great company. I'm cool. I'm cool in any situation dealing with me. You know what I'm saying? I'm cool with dealing with me. So just like you said, people have to learn to be alone. Learn how to deal with you. You can't teach the world how to deal with you if you
Man,
don't know how to deal with you.
okay. Let them know. That's why if you can't learn how to deal with that, you're gonna come to Missy's life coaching, and she's gonna help you get to the root,
Okay?
cause that's gonna put
I'm gonna help you get
that
it
foundation
together.
together.
Absolutely.
Okay. Oh. Um. What are some key things you have learned from a personal mentor that you still use to this day?
Some key things that I've learned from a personal mentor. Um, my sisters and brothers are I watch how they do things. I learned my determination from my best friend. That's my sister, basically. Determination. Ever since she decided that she was going to be an entrepreneur, it doesn't matter what happens. She's going to stick to that. She's not about to go clock in. So I've learned that determination. Um, I learned from my biological, my baby sister. I learned patience. Um, I don't
Mm.
care what she's dealing with. She's just calm. My sister doesn't even curse. She don't curse. No matter what, she's just always calm. And I used to always say, "Dang, I can't wait to get there. I'll be ready to blow a gasket." She'd be like, "It ain't even worth it." And then my little brother is a personal mentor of mine. You know, I learned the art of the hustle. Art of the hustle. He don't stop.
Mm.
He just he just keep going. He just keep going. So I watch my mentors are the people that I hold near and dear to me. We learn from each other. So when I need motivation, I don't gotta look outside my circle. It's right in my face. I surround
Mm.
myself with positivity. And
Mm.
everybody is everybody's strength when we need it. We all up and down, but whoever's going through it, we make each other's problem our own. So it's no such thing as Missy's going through this breakup. The whole crew going through the breakup. So everybody's calling me. You okay? What's up? You need me to come over there? You need me to fix something? You need some extra money for the bills? You need what's up? You ain't smiling today. What's up? What you got going on? If somebody lose a car, okay, somebody volunteering a car. You got to get to work. We know what this is. I'm the one that's free. I work for myself. You use my car. You drop me off. Everybody is everybody's resource in my circle. It ain't is no such thing
Mm.
as I'm dealing with this alone. I get my strength from my circle. So again, strategic. Be strategic in who you allow around you. If you know you positive, you surround yourself with positive people. And sometimes it might be a cousin, and sometimes it might be a mother, and sometimes it might be a child. But you can't give nothing if you letting people deplete you. Surround yourself with what you need. Make your circle your personal mentors, because I might not be able to go pay a life coach. I might not have the time to go talk to a counselor. Counselor may not be available, but Tony gonna answer his phone when I call. So, you know,
Mm.
I learned a little bit from everybody.
Mm. And see, what I like about that was your circle. Like, your people don't understand how important the company that could technically and kind of does shape who you are and how you act, respond to a lot of different situations. Like, I'm gonna give you an example, right? I was talking to one of my partners the other day. I had went to his house. It was like 10, and he had everybody over there. They was just chilling or whatever. I just went to sit in the corner because it was like I wasn't uncomfortable, but I was uncomfortable. I wasn't uncomfortable with the people that have been there because I had always kicked it and spent time with them for years, but I was uncomfortable with the conversations that were being had. I was uncomfortable with the things that were going on. It wasn't that they were bad people or the conversations were bad, but it's just like I'm the youngest person y'all kicked by at least 6 years. And I love y'all. Y'all are amazing people. But why in the hell we still talking about the same stuff we talking about 5, 6 years? What is wrong in this room right here? And I had to realize it was like I had outgrown my circle. And that's the reality that I feel like a lot of people don't always want to come to due to complacency and having to go through that stretch in order to elevate. And don't get me wrong, everybody can't handle that stretch in elevation. So we still love you, but when you are ready, we here for you. So when
Comfort
when
is
when you realize,
uncomfortable.
say that again.
Comfort is uncomfortable to those who's better
Mm,
acquainted with pain. So
mm,
people like to stay in that space. They like to stay in that space. And when they find something comfortable, it's uncomfortable. They don't want it. No, they don't want that peace. It's easier to stay in the no. People are afraid of change. They are afraid of the elevation. Again, self-sabotaging. What if it actually works? What if it actually works?
I like that. What
And
if?
now I got to live up to all this stuff I've been talking about, right?
Ooh. Hey, you laughing on the, I'm not even gonna tell you no story
I can't hear
because
you. Your mic went out.
can
What'd you say?
you hear me now?
Yeah.
I said you hopping on everybody tonight for real because
Thank you.
it, I was talking to my cousin, matter of fact, and I said, no, I was talking to my brother-in-law, and I said, you know what? I'm starting to learn I work better under pressure because it puts me in a situation where I have to think, I have to come up with a solution. Anything less than a great solution that is going to get me to my end goal is not acceptable. And I can't have too much time or I'll procrastinate. Can't have too many excuses that'll never get done. I got to do it, and I have to put it. I have to put the pressure on myself because I had to learn that's the only way I'll get it done. When the pressure's on my back, that's when I turn up.
Exactly.
So
Exactly. Put the pressure, apply the pressure to life. If you know you can't afford that car you want to drive, get it anyway. Get it
yeah,
anyway. Get it anyway and refuse to lose. Refuse.
That's
Just
right.
refuse. No matter what it is. If you want to go to that restaurant, go sit in a restaurant. Refuse to lose. Create the lifestyle strategically that you want and refuse to go backwards. Apply the pressure to yourself.
That's right. Hey, listen. Listen. See, now we're going to have to do it. Been on here for. I know it's getting late. One last question I'm gonna ask you. What has been or what is still your scariest thoughts in your process? And I know it's like here, but just surprise the people and let them know how you still gonna come out.
My scariest, say it again, my scariest thought about the outcome.
Yeah, your scariest thought about your outcome of your process.
My scariest thought is for my siblings to need me and I'm not here. And I'm not here. Because when my mother died, I was forced into the matriarch of my family at 37. And so with me knowing life, I have to be successful because I have to make sure that although if they don't have me, I'm gonna leave something. I'm gonna leave them good in every way, financially, mentally. I'm gonna make sure that they're good. So it's my mission. It's my life's mission. I got to. So I can't fail because I'm afraid of failing them.
I like that. And I knew you was gonna come out. I figured you was gonna come out with that, but I like how you brought this. I really do. And this episode was like, it blew my mind, honestly. Because I wasn't expecting all this. I'm gonna tell you the truth. Not expecting to go off like this. But shout out to you. You are a real steady stepper. And that's what I told him. And I wrote that in. I was just reading my podcast. Like, I'm going to source out nothing but the steady steppers. And the way I've been putting everything out in the universe is like everybody that I'm asking for interviews, they telling me yes. But it's like, if you're not a real steady stepper, I just feel like you're not ready for the podcast right now. But the universe is going to make sure that we can't really quite align until you may be ready to come on here with your story and everything. You get what I'm saying?
Say it again.
So,
divine connections. Divine connections. If they came across your path, they're ready. You're ready. Divine connections is happening for a reason. Don't count nobody out. You don't know the gatekeeper to your next level in life. The moment you get cocky is the moment you're going to start to fall. Remain humble and give everybody a chance. Give everybody a chance. You could be the gatekeeper to somebody else's life, just like we did it tonight. We did it scared. We did it broken. We did it late. But look at the outcome.
greatness still. Greatness still. Hey, I'm gonna take that. I'm gonna take that one tonight with me. I'm taking that one with me to the bank. That one. I like to close listeners out with a gem of the day, but it's night, so we're gonna say gem of the night. Oh, see, she already knew what was coming. Can you give them one gem of the night before we close this lit
One
podcast?
gem of the night. One gem of the night. Always finish your day on a positive note. Don't focus on what went wrong. If just one thing went right, and that could be I woke up on time for my alarm. Meditate on that because you want to build up your inventory of positivity, not negativity.
That's a damn gem for real. That's the whole ring. He said you ain't getting $1. I'm gonna give you the whole ring. As y'all see, I'm getting Miss Missy back on the pod, and I'm waiting on the invite because I'm gonna be on her pod. I already know she finna pick
Let's
my brain,
go.
and I gotta get.
Let's go.
Let's get it.
Let's go. Let's go.
I already know. For your positivity. That's right. That's right. We had another great podcast from another great Miss Missy, and she is from the Silent Fight podcast, and she has so much. So I need everybody, even though
Absolutely.
these are all her, coming over here with her. Hey, and I gotta give me one of those things too together.
Y'all gotta drop
Y'all
them
know
purple
what to
hearts
do.
for Francine on tonight. Drop them purple hearts for Francine on tonight. I
Can I
can't
do
hear
it as the
you.
host? I don't know if I can do that. Can I do it as the host too? Can I drop some purple hearts in that thing for Francine, Mama Francine?
You should be able to. You should be able to go in your comments and drop them purple hearts. Let me see if I can do it.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Drop them
That
purple
was Mama
hearts.
Francine's favorite.
Yes. Yes. Purple.
Wow, that's amazing. My mom loves purple too. That's how I know she's awesome. She is an awesome daughter. So,
Yes.
hey, y'all
Yes.
know where to find Tag Live. I'm gonna also tag her in the description when I type it all up and make it all great. And we appreciate y'all for coming
Oh
on.
yeah, I'm sorry. Her
Y'all heard
birthday
it.
tomorrow. My sister just said my mama birthday
Oh,
tomorrow.
happy birthday! You down here at 12 o'clock just to wish you a happy birthday. That's part of greatness. Just happy birthday to you. Can we be the first to tell you happy birthday? Well, I'm gonna be the second because Missy first.
Thank you.
Happy early birthday, because you are
Thank
awesome
you.
and you are
Thank you.
worthy
Thank
and
you.
you feel me.
Thank you.
So
Thank you.
yeah, you are so welcome. You are so welcome. So we're gonna close this podcast out. Thank y'all for tuning in with another Steady Stepping podcast with another Steady Stepper. I just learned how steady stepping she really is, and wow, she has blown my. So yeah, I'm gonna close this one out. And I want y'all to know I really love y'all and I appreciate y'all. I'm not going nowhere, so tap in because I'm gonna be back. I'm not going nowhere.
See you.
So let's get it. It's gonna be great, and I appreciate you too, Missy. Let them know we love them.
All right.
Peace
Good
out, y'all.
night. Good night. Love you, everybody.
All right, y'all. Be great.